I've got this ear open in case. I've got this ear open so I can hear things still. Okay? Hello! What are you going to play? Call of Cthulhu. Tonight? Instead of Outlast. I was kind of getting bored of Outlast anyway. No, it won't. It'll take a bit of time. There's a little bit of a lag. Yeah. Alright. Let's get this pig started. Let's go to settings, graphics. I'm playing a little bit of extra brightness. Are you... What? Are you sure you want to back out without applying... No! Okay, there we go. It's been a while since I've played an HP Lovecraft game. Do you remember Necronomicon? Huh? Do you remember Necronomicon? That was pretty cool. So game, subtitles on, detection on, crosshair. Ooh, I don't know about crosshair because I don't actually know. It's a game I've known I wanted to have and has known it's been coming out, but I actually haven't been following it. So that's fine. Everything seems okay. Let's do a new game. Empty slot. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. Sorry, we're comfortable. See, now I've got a comment and I can't see it because my computer's not working. Yeah, I do.
Let me take a look at the
1 second. I shall see the... Hang on, there is a way to see the comment, but...
I'll sort it.
Yeah, I just need to sort out my PC. It's keyboard and mouse isn't being detected. Let me just fix that.
Because of the tension on the cord, you see.
Okay. 2 minutes. Technical difficulties. Hang on, I'll open YouTube on my phone quick. I'll show us on there quickly. While that goes, sorry for the delay. I will get right on it. At least it has the option on the loading screen to actually give you a moment before you go into it. So, open that quickly. The best way to know is just if it's responding is to press that, and it's not.
What do you notice? What do you notice though?
Completely dead.
Watch, now it's dead. Look at the M for instance.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's strange.
Where's your mouse pointer?
Oh!
Where's your mouse pointer?
Hiya.
What the fuck's the mouse pointer? Oh, there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's alright. I know who it is. Gothic Kitty Madness. Sorry, I know I took my time. There we go. Well, I'll keep that open for now. Just while my battery lets it. Let's enter the madness. If I am mad, it is mercy.
I'm gonna plug it to life, okay? That's the keyboard.
Do you think the light is overpowering the...
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh! Yummy.
So all dead.
Like being back at work. Don't worry about it, I've got my phone on, it's fine.
Main computer now. It's all fucking work.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Okay.
I'm at the menu.
That's fine. because it started the moment.
Yeah, it's mine. Playing this.
It started the moment I turned it on. Quite sensitive. I mean, the movement. I mean, the walking is decent speed, but it's really sensitive. Barnacles and all sorts. Okay, so we can't go through here, obviously. So, square? Okay, circle, that's standard, at least. Very well done. I like how it starts in a dream, just like... Yeah, it is very... You can definitely feel the H.P. Lovecraft in this. Very good at capturing the atmosphere. When you read the stories and stuff, like you've always imagined this sort of thing. It almost feels like I'm underwater, but like, or just beyond, you know, when you're like looking into water. But it's my vision because you must light up some items in order to interact with them. When an object can be picked up this. Okay, bolt cutters. Feels really cool. Definitely got a Bioshock feel to it, especially the water and everything. Well, maybe even a better atmosphere. Oh, everything's shaky. God knows what's in the water too. I've got some bolt cutters. Is there still got coffee in it?
Yes. That feels like it. Go straight back there. It's not gonna fall.
Now. Okay.
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
I'm gonna open this door as well. That's doing it as well. Maybe that USB bus is... Oh. What is that? Oh, it's a dead killer whale. Never mind. Everything goes dead.
Our internet port thing is dead.
Oh, okay.
Too much energy.
Got another comment. Tried to open both doors too, but ended up... alright. Great minds think alike.
Fools never differ.
Oh, shut up.
What a putrid offering.
Baby shark doo
No,
doo
please
doo
don't.
doo doo, baby shark doo 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 doo
You
doo,
want
baby
to,
shark doo doo doo
wanna
doo,
lose-
baby shark.
You're gonna lose viewers.
Sorry.
That's how you lose viewers.
How come when you can't help it?
It's fact.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Oh, I don't like the fact that it's telling me how to run. Well, not like that much of a run. That's
I
like
think that's what the problem.
my version of
The
running.
glass going through the computer now. Everything passes through the port.
Okay. Sweet. Can you hook me up to YouTube over there rather than on my phone? Because my battery's right there.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
You get a different kind of website.
Fuck's sake.
I hate whiskey.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares. But for a while now, their effect has been wearing off. So I'm going to assume that your main character's got like PTSD or something from World War One, if I'm not mistaken.
What year is this?
It looks very 1920s, 1930s. I'm pretty sure they said it said World War One. There's no dates or anything. It's during the time of the Prohibition. 1918, January 1918. So World War One.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
No. Next time then.
A good old story of blackmail in the speakeasy.
Oh, Angelica. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. What is a speakeasy?
It is an underground bar.
During their prohibition. Okay.
Bar in their time was called speakeasy.
So it was basically like a drug den today.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call them.
Is it my name?
I think it's ours. Taste sold. Red Sox beat somebody. That's historical, I think. There's quite a few bit of like historical bits and pieces here. Boston Strangler? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Sorry, I love things like serial killers and old cases. Oh, turn that down.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Thank you. Right, I now has me YouTube up, so I can start reading and responding to comments again. Can I? You've muted my TV here as well. It's fine, it's the way it says. Oh no! Don't switch it off. What? Aww. Wow.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
Creepy hands.
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators.
I was
over at
telling
Wentworth.
George how he looks like the guy on the
I'm
cover.
calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
You know what it is, right?
It's the beard.
Everyone just sees this.
The dark hair and the beard. And the eyebrows. You got the eyebrows too. I can't hear the phone if you turn... Oh, you can't. Okay. Interesting. So allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. So we have eloquence, which represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving the skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussion. That sounds very, very, very useful. You'll hear me speaking, don't worry. Strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Improving the skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms or of using violence during interactive discussions. That could be interesting too. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving the skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. What's this? Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving the skill increases your chance of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. I didn't have a clue what skills to pick, so I just shared them. They all sound good. Yeah, the thing is that is normally you get it like a game, like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Even though I enjoyed it, I thought the upgrading skills was very, very bad. You know, I ended up going through the game pretty much bare bones because, you know, I just allocated skills to wherever skill points because they all sounded useless to me, really, except for the stealth ones. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior.
Huh?
Very distracting. And this skill increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Occultism. Improve this skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge. London. Yeah, exactly. I haven't used half of my Tomb Raider skill points, but anyway. Okay. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving the skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Okay, so how many skill points? I've got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think I'm going to go with medicine there. So we've got 2. Everyone's on at least 2 except occultism. Probably should have gone with occultism now that I think about it, and it being a Lovecraft game and everything, but seeing that it is... Oh. Okay. Take one off there. Oh, hello. Okay. That's better. That one takes a lot. Damn. Okay, so we'll validate those.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date.
Our files will soon be
On
up
a
to date.
related matter, may I raise a sensitive
I
question?
cannot do a Boston accent.
What's
I'm so
wrong?
sorry.
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors.
Or New York or whatever.
And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Oh no. The voice actor. Vampire.
Is it?
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's
Maybe
lair.
he's also the mocap and model. Because he looks like the guy from Vampire.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me... Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay, there was something I missed back here. I haven't quite finished exploring. Oh, it's gone now. Bugger. Fine. Out of my way, old geezer.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family.
That looks like the guy
Rather
from
thin.
Sapphire. A shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that-
Jonathan Reed.
Hmm?
Jonathan Reed.
That's his name, yes. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with only their son, Simon. Well, their only son, beg your pardon. Okay. Right. Consult diary. Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? A strange picture, painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death, was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. But I want to... Okay, so examine the painting. Okay.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it
Exit
carries.
Libyon.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Something's not right with the story. I read about her mental fragility in the police report. You're asking the wrong guy. Find out about Warehouse 36. Where did Sarah Hawkins live? Investigation, professional. Something's not right with the story.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
Focus.
Yes.
That's right.
Telling people who do
It
that
came
right.
with Sarah's last painting.
So it is the
And
same
you
guy
think
that
your daughter
Reed
could have
voiced.
been the sender?
Well, the guy
That
that
is what
Jonathan
you
Reed
must
voiced
find
name
out.
is Anthony
Go to
Howard.
Darkwater.
And he looks
Find
like
Warehouse
And
36.
he looks like this guy, and they sound the same, so I'm guessing.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
I'm getting quite cold.
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
What's the main actor's name in this? The main character?
Pierce.
Pierce. Edward.
Edward Pierce. Is it Edward Pierce?
Right, it's on his window. It's on the window, right there.
Oh. Edward Pierce. Ta-da! I know, it is quite chilly and I'm wearing short sleeves. Kind of cold. In my E-R-C-E.
I-E-R-C-E.
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
Oh, I chose
I guess you're not as clever as you think, then. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly.
Wasn't it really
She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Really? You didn't? Oh, thank you. Oh, that's much better, thank you.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
So that's bugging me because that won't grey out like the rest of these ones, so... Okay.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Oh my god. Good man. Good man. Cheers.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
This plays off very much like the old Necronomicon on the PS1. First person, although the Necronomicon was a point-and-click game. This is very... It was good for its time, come on.
I used to be an avid reader.
It was so difficult.
I actually got down into the basement of that guy's house.
Yeah, and because you fucking forgot one thing, you were stuck.
Yeah, I didn't have all the ingredients for the ritual.
I used to be an avid reader.
And you can't go back.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Well, let's hope this isn't the same, yeah?
I doubt it. No game, no games that are...
Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed... A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume enlists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment, like things such as cyanide and arsenic. Back in these... Well, I don't know if they still had funny sort of treatments like this, because that was very Victorian.
Probably.
Well, you can have a look around, rotate it. Oh, I've got it now, it's mine. Hi, 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 hi. Are you actually going to play this then? So are you going to play this then? Yeah, no problem, you carry on.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Okay. Oh, okay, never mind.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of this small land off the coasts of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Oh. Have a drink? Don't drink. I'm gonna go into work mode and just don't drink. Lord only knows what I'll see if I drink. Cockroaches. Can't do it.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
I have no idea. I never played World of Warcraft. Well, I played World of Warcraft for a little bit, but I never got really far out of the actual city I started in, to be fair. I think I got to like level 5 or something. Really didn't play much of it at all. Right, I think I've searched this office flat. Let's actually go and do some investigating. Sarah Hawkins case. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse, set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Got a lot of his ideas from absinthe, as you might go insane by drinking. That's very true. It would explain why everything's green. Back then, though, you know, you could do a lot of things you can't do today, despite the fact that eventually you had, like, the abolition of alcohol and stuff. You had other things like opium houses, which were legal. I think they were legal back then. Were opium houses legal back then?
I don't think during the Prohibition. Before that, in the 1800s, I know.
Yeah, the Victorian times. So, yeah, I think you got a lot of colourful stories back then. I always wish someone would make something off of Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
Some of his stuff is pretty psychological.
the man fucked his
Everyone
cousin,
kind of
wouldn't
congregates towards H.P. Lovecraft.
he? The man fucked his cousin. It would be a bit fascinating, wouldn't it?
Oh, come on.
She was 13.
Yeah, but tell me anybody who didn't back then. Yeah, it was common. Questionable, but common. Is this a reaction video you're watching?
He's a local teacher. Talking about her locals.
Ooh.
So what you do is...
Yeah. Me. Oh. I know, right? There isn't. Or at least if there is, I don't know about it. We are now in the game.
We're almost there.
Skylar. Some whaling ship there with the harpoons.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story.
I'd look
we
so
would all
cold.
prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
We're wailing on the moon.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink of the stranded whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Talk to the consult diary. Captain Fitzroy. Okay, hang on. Let's read from the beginning. 25th of October, 1924. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reef that circles the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbour Master's office. I'm going to the bar, but I'm not having a drink. I'll have a drink for him. Can't do anything there. Let's go over here first.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Grabby, grabby!
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me?
Okay,
These
well,
fools
you
think that
drink
putting a
every
whale
time
back
you
in the
can.
water
You let me know what
will
happens,
bring about
and then
the
I'll
end of the
stay
world.
sober the whole time, and you can see what happens.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us
Thing is,
anyway.
did they kill it and bring it onto land, or...?
Oh, yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not
Go there last. That's the stranded whale bar.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Sorry to bust your bubble, mate, but that suits you not at all.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even at
There's nothing for you here either.
Pops limping.
Beat it.
You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth.
Right, I'm just gonna have a quick look around, see if there's nothing hidden. Can't pick that up. Right, let's go into the bar then. Yeah, let's see if I can talk to any of these guys. Looks like he's having a fit. Ugh. Classy. Oh!
Hey, be careful.
What's wrong?
What does she need?
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
Coming.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
It wasn't me who went looking for it. I'm sorry. You're overdoing it. God didn't show respect.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Drunkards in the background. Her, 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 her.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Okay, fine, fine.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Who, the main character or the guy I'm talking to? Oh, oh dear.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I tell you what, they are old. I'm not sure if they are. There was an old painting that we had in one of our school hallways near the library, and it was one done for, I don't know who the artist was, but it was done for Lord of the Rings, and it was strangely, for some reason, quite ominous to me. I never felt comfortable around that painting, so I can definitely relate how someone looking at a painting can feel uneasy.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Let's have a look.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the end.
Yeah.
I've got what I need.
Anything?
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking...
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Anything else? Okay, I don't want to have a drink, so I'm not going to order one. I'm just going to leave.
That'll be all for now.
I don't trust this so-called pick-me-up. No one offers you a special drink when you first come into a bar you've never been to before. Who's singing like that?
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this." And the doctor.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Well, the Skylar was shipwrecked on the... That's the one that was shipwrecked on the shore. Anyway, the Chanty. 21st May 1847 miraculous catch. The Skylar returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Skylar, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which parts of the island were suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, of all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with your friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
What did he say? He laughed. My God.
Oh, hello.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations,
Check their mark,
gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a
Aw.
reminder of the time when we were still fishing for
sucks.
whales off Darkwater
I hope
Island.
you'll get it up soon enough. I notice it saves quite regularly, so hopefully it will.
I've
What
never
is
heard
this
this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
Oh,
It's true.
might have been just short of a
Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last. the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Are you being triggered again? Oh my god.
Wait. Take your head. Oh.
Oh. Yeah?
I'm having a shirt printed on the back. Honest to God. It's gonna say fuck feminism. And I'm gonna walk around town with it.
You're gonna get triggered the law on you. Ugh. Anyway,
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Farewell?
Good night, stranger.
So
Yeah.
long.
George watches videos and gets triggered on certain subjects and stuff like that.
Huh?
No, I was just because I said, "Are you triggered again?" And you like, so I was asking, triggered? But it's just something he does. I let him get on with it. Before I talk to her, I just want to have a look around because I have a funny feeling she is a game changer in here. I can go. Why can I go out there? Okay, it's locked. Fair enough. I didn't expect otherwise.
What you looking at, stranger?
She can certainly put them away. Nothing at all. What does a woman like you do in a place like a...
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Oof, okay, wrong approach then, bitch.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
What? Always free for the lady. What? Okay. As a sponsored video, kids do pranks and they're going around dressed as elves. Oh yeah, no, I didn't find those funny at all. I thought those were stupid and quite dangerous. I mean, you're putting people who are living in a time of unrest in that situation. Not only that, but you're like kind of planting a seed for hatred as well towards, certain people because you're making them scared. I thought those were... I don't like pranks like that. I think they're stupid. I think they are definitely... They should definitely be like... It's like mini terrorism, if you ask me. You're like terrorizing people. Because that's a genuine issue, Exactly. They're not a joke at all. Like I said, you're living in a time when it's quite a reality for some people. I mean, we don't know if some of those people have traumatic incidences in their past regarding those things. I mean, considering where they were doing the videos as well. It's putting a person through unnecessary emotional distress. I mean, I know it's probably seeing it that way to some people will probably be quite you're seeing it a bit too overly sensitive or something like that. But normally I'm quite chill when it comes to certain things, but that is not... Oh, I'm not even at the warehouse, so don't even worry about it. Okay, I'm going to search around quickly so I've got stuff to talk about.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Indeed it
I wonder
does.
what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. I have a funny feeling the woman I met in the bar is Cat. A leaky roof leaking into oblivion, apparently. The lavatory. Oh, I've seen worse.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Yeah, it looks like this. It does look a bit like a ghost town, like nobody maintains it at all.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Ah, poo.
The Scylla.
Oh,
It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Beauties of English, eh? The Learning of Medicine, Volume 2. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Ooh. View character sheet. I've got a CP. Ooh. So I've been picking up medicine, haven't I? Oh, okay, so... Hang on. I have one CP, so what? Oh, medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Good thing I went with that one then. I'm gonna go with eloquence. Validate. Sanity? What? Stable. Confidence in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. You conduct your investigations by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Mental trauma. It's a bit like amnesia in that sense, a little bit more detailed. Okay. Okay. I didn't know there was a sanity bar as well. Dark water. So we've got the characters. Deceased. Deceased, apparently. Deceased and... oh. Places. Island of Dark Water. Dark Water Port. Stranded Whale. And the Occult. Okay, clues. Sorry, I hate having exclamation marks all over the place. Okay, Soul, Learning Medicine, Volume 1 and 2, Atlas of Atlantic, Islands, and case closed. Okay. That's clear. I'm gonna go upstairs quickly. So the boat's name is Scylla, not Skylar.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
This photograph a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Maybe a father? Grandfather?
What a macabre souvenir.
Or, scary thought, but it might be the same man. Maybe he used magic and the occult to regenerate his leg. Who knows? It's anyone's guess around here.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you.
Right.
But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Look at your favourite person. Look at your favourite person.
I know that's why I'm watching him.
No. Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? That was nice. Oh. Can't handle the walking anymore.
Why you always lying? Why you fucking lying?
Oh! What's going on with that fishing line, yo? Whoa! Oh, Oh my goodness, I suppose you can't expect perfection every time. He did say the dick, right?
What about a dick?
Not a dick.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
You have dick on the brain.
I do. I'm a man. So it's my white male
They
privilege.
can't understand.
You know?
Damn stupid idiots.
Oh no, there he is. I walked right past him.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law
Just
around
like walk right past it like...
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
This guy sounds like Mark Wahlberg.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Oh, spoilers! No spoilers!
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But,
Actually, I think sharks
you're gonna
are
take me for a fool.
Killer
Give it a
whales.
try.
I'm almost certain sharks
Have you
are a
heard
natural
about the
predator.
depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
And yet we have a dead killer whale.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them.
That's
They
true.
didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Or chop it up, cook it up, and stick it in a stew. Something like that.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
I was like, which is the
Understood.
big one or the little one? Alright.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
No, my diary. Oh, I've actually got 1 CP. I was going with eloquence, wasn't I? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. The case. So, on the... It's fine. I learned nothing from Fitzroy's documents, but I did get confirmation on what I'd been suspecting since Boston. The warehouse mentioned on the shipping label of Sarah Hawkins' painting belongings to Hawkins. It's on the docks. I must find a way to get into it. Yeah, see, I thought it would have been the big one. I wasn't sure if he was pointing to the little one quite close by or the bigger one behind it. So, I don't know. Yeah. I just... What? There's more stuff. Dark water. So we've got James Fitzroy, excuse me. Yeah, it's so far pretty linear, but it's alright, I guess. Clues, got that. Right, that should do it for now. These guys have concluded their argument. Oh, the sound's getting a bit glitchy there.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
Bootleggers?
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Okay. Take us anywhere I can go, because there is a randomly parked car blocking mine, which is still running. Blocking my way to the rest of the village. Okay. Spot hidden skills allows you to detect hidden items in close range. Ah,
A handle. It must come from these old winches. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
How do I get up there? Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Okay, now what? Why haven't I got another option? Don't understand. I don't have another option. I mounted it. Now what? Thank you. By the way, you got a lighted triangle brings it out. I found it by... Oh! Oh, that helps. Thank you for that little tidbit. But now, apparently... don't understand. Why can't I use the winch? Oh, hang on. What's that? Haha, a ratchet device.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Hopefully it won't be too much. Right. Now, can I? Okay, I'm missing another piece. Alright, Okay, let's go find some more stuff. I take it this question mark in the corner screen it says that there's some sort of hidden objects around that I need to find. Okay. So that second piece was in there. And a third piece. Just need to look around really. Haha.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Haha. I think I found it all now. I've got a tick on that now, so I assume that that just means I found everything. Yes. Turn the handle.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Okay, so strength is pretty important in this game.
Damn, I broke it.
Damn, I broke it. Now what? Pierce, that's why we can't have nice things. So now what?
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Really?
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
That was timed.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ah! Crazy bitch.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
So already my game is different to yours so early already.
Ugh.
I don't know how
I'm
I broke
getting
it.
careless. I didn't see
Maybe
that
I was
coming.
too strong.
If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Nope, can't talk to you. Maybe I can talk to you guys.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows Saint Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter.
Oh, no,
That's all we need for them to
Maybe 'cause
hear
you drink.
us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
Saint Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
What? What's that? Yeah, I know, a bunch of drunks. Oh, I know where I am now. I'm on the other side of those guys. Turn that down. I do know that one. Oh, I can duck, but I can't jump or catch onto things. I don't recognise those as symbols, those aren't. It's not English or anything like that. Cultism.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. I've no idea what it says.
Yet. So I've got a bit longer to go than you to find my way into this warehouse because, well, obviously I didn't exactly Go the same way. Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting that there are different outcomes already. So early in the game, that there's already difference.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Interesting.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaps. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
Just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyhole.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
It's risky to question my word. I wouldn't like you to get cut with a certain Italian knife.
Okay. You've convinced us.
And it's she who sent you? What do you want from us?
I thought I made it clear. I have to take a look inside the Hawkins warehouse. Leave me alone, and I'll put in a good word for you with Cat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Thank you very kindly. Right. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like anything here. Interesting. Why can I open this?
Let's see. Perfect. Oh, this place stinks. stinks.
Oh, hang on. This is the actual warehouse. Hang on.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Oh, I can't climb that anyway. Okay, never mind. Oh. To enter a reconstruction scene, hold L2 and R2. Ooh. Interesting. Flashback scenes. Interesting. Wow. Maybe it's a good thing you're watching then, if it's different to yours already.
What happened here?
Okay.
Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Whoever hid it here seems to worship Sarah Hawkins. What just happened? Did I imagine?
Not finished yet.
It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
I think that's everything. I pushed L2 not to. How did I come out of this? I have to get a hold of it. What's that? I've only got 2 trophies so far. So, oh, maybe 3. But I assume I found everything then. I guess that's it then.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
Let me guess. It was in the Hawkins mansion.
Precisely. You can still see the burn marks. There's no doubt about it. I must admit that you seem fairly competent. But I can't allow you to stay here.
I've seen enough. It's the Hawkins mansion that interests me.
Excuse me.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail. I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
No, it's your car that's blocking my way.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay,
I
I
don't
get
like
it.
her.
Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge.
No,
See
he's
the
not.
building?
But maybe it is in those days. Maybe.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching... Houseway. Okay. So the place I thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Can you check on Ray?
Hey?
Can you check on Ray?
They want to change the name of Father's Day. They're keeping Mother's Day, but Father's Day they need to change. They're changing to Special Persons Day.
Why?
My thing called our fathers.
Well, here we are. Hawkins mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire.
Yeah,
There's
I
only
guess.
old Winchester in his hut.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Oh, did you cover her? Oh, beautiful baby. Did you cover her? Alright, she's comfortable now then, I guess.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Yeah, she's sleeping. Bit of late to be having a nap, but she's had quite a bit of busy day. She's fallen asleep there on her bed, watching cartoons.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Hmm?
Mark's dad died.
Who?
Mark. Johnny.
Oh my god.
His dad passed away.
When?
28.
Oh, Saturday. No?
72 years old.
Sunday.
Jesus.
Did he message you now?
Huh?
How did you find out? I already put up a post.
He got Russell and Sons dead.
Hmm?
Russell and Sons dead.
Oh, shame. Spot, hidden, and professional. I haven't got a high.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see.
Already,
when we arrive.
my lack of certain
I'll go with
skills
you,
is affecting
if
the
only
game.
to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
I've got. I should have bloody up thinged my. I should have. In my spot hidden. Oh, I need 5 CP. You gotta keep on top of your skills, otherwise. That's sorry, that's a thing for you. You need to keep on top of your skills, otherwise you miss things. Constantly keep on top of them as you get CP. I'm just going to do a little bit of a look around. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Well, I don't know. Beautiful house. My god, who wouldn't have killed to live in a place like this? Despite its... Oh, I don't know. I don't even consider it creepy. I think it's beautiful. Ah, yeah, I suppose. So we can't go up there. There's a big tree falling in the way.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. But the architecture seems too recent.
It kind of looks like the Addams Family house. It is beautiful though. Yeah, ever since I saw the first Casper movie, I've always wanted to live in a house like that. And just like clean it up and do it up all beautiful. Oh, that's lean. Okay, L1 and R1 are lean. I suppose I better follow the cop.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial.
Poor kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid.
Can't take any lanterns. Like random pillows all around here. Alright, I'm gonna go on without this guy. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine what this house looks like if it was like in its heydays? Beautiful ivy on the side.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Oh, that's programmed pretty well. When you run, your flame goes down a little bit.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Can I not talk to you some more? No?
What now?
I just want to do a fun here quick.
This gate is locked.
Side gate. Where does this all go? Oh my god, there's a whole lot of stuff down here. Well, not stuff to get, but the whole area. Has to be significant later at the very least. Oh, hang on, I think I just found the caretaker's little boudoir. Just gonna find out some things, but I can find a few things out for him.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
What was the point of that? Maybe it's setting something up for later.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Just want to make sure there's nothing I can't learn from around here about Winchester. The whole way here is what I'm. Oh right. Yeah, I'm just exploring a little bit. Right, now I can go inside.
Pierce,
Oh, hello.
shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Oh, I always forget to hold down the button.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Piers and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keep watch on the place, armed with his axe. I don't know how they spell axe in America, but I'm pretty sure there's meant to be an E after that axe, after the X. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get a hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. Wow. Look at that library. Yeah. Well, I got burnt the first time. Hungry. I got burnt the first time when I didn't look around his office fully.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
There was an... Ugh. I thought this place was meant to be burnt. Doesn't look very charred to me at all.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
What is that?
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
Roast, that sounds lovely at the moment.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. He looks almost identical to Reed from Vampire.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Okay, interesting.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is
Dead
next
rat
door.
on the table. If it was contained to one room, how did they die and not manage to escape? Unless they were locked in there. Got a toy here.
Silas managed to bring the
Old
fire.
bread. Oh, I see. Very cute.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself.
I think painting back then, if you especially self-portraits and stuff like that, was quite impressive because they didn't have references and stuff in photographs.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by
Didn't
Sarah
have photos
herself.
that they could like go back to and stuff. Well, maybe they did.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
But not like today, where you have kind of like what we've got today. You can just pull up a picture on the internet and there you've got a full reference right there.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
10 o'clock in the evening. The photos, yeah, but I mean to paint those pictures, you know, took a lot of, I don't know, like you had to just have some sort of photographic memory of it.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Yeah, exactly. And if you had to paint yourself, it's like a self-portrait like this woman did, that was pretty impressive as well. It's not like you could just take a selfie and I'm like, hello, some reference of yourself. I suppose you could sit for hours in front of a mirror. Why can't I come out of the memory? Oh, that's why.
Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
One character point. I'm gonna go with psychology. Right, everything's at 3, except the ones that you have to do environmental stuff for. Consult a diary. Oh, go back there. In the entrance hall of the mansion, a lighted lamp seems to be waiting for us and the old caretaker who thinks he can stop people from entering. I must find the place where the Hawkins family died. En route, I'll pick up as much information as I can on their life. The dining room has remained untouched since the night of the fire. It taught me something about relations in the Charles, Sarah Hawkins couple. It seems that an argument broke out on the night of the drama. In the partly burned out drawing room, the fire has perhaps left a few clues that escaped the local cops. Even Officer Bradley was forced to admit it. This room tells a far different story to the police report. The presence of blood on the shards of glass from the lamp, the marks of a hand left on the door by someone fleeing the fire. We are in a crime scene. It must continue searching the mansion to look for information on the life and death of the Hawkins family. The lighting in your game is much. Yeah, I brightened up the game a little bit, and although it does say that having the lighter out or a source of light does bring up certain bits of evidence and things. Certain things don't show up if you don't have light. So whether or not I can actually see it doesn't mean that the character can. So it's good to, even though you can see in the darkness, if you brighten up your game, you still need extra light in order for certain clues to pop up. So
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious
I'd
trouble.
rather just have it out, just in case, you know. Don't open sesame.
This door is locked.
Or not. I don't think I've done that yet. History of medicine in the 18th century. This collection of medicinal knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with influence of holistic medicine or medicine from continents considered inferior. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Medicine progression. 21% amateur. Find a lot of things on medicine, not a lot on occultism.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
Whose indeed? No such thing as forensics back then, or at least it was very simple. Nothing at all detailed. Okay, you carry on over there, mate. I'm gonna go and look around over here.
This door is blocked from the outside.
I think this is the front door. This is the main entrance hall then. Look at that. Stunning. Oh, okay, you can burn yourself if the light is out too long.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Can't go upstairs yet. Fine.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Ooh.
Dated 1818.
It's quite interesting to take little details like that. It's really nice to you know, certain attention to detail like that, because if you realistically that would happen. Marble tabletop.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Copy of novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville, a classic especially for a family of shipbuilders.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
I wonder if I can play this piano.
This piano is in disrepair.
Oh my god.
Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
For shame.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
California, Alaska, the man, the world. For a bunch of Encyclopedia Britannicas.
There's something disturbing about this painting.
Don't know what's going on there.
There's something disturbing about this painting. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
I'm stuck. What? Oh, I wish I could help you. I have no idea where you're stuck. Are you a little bit ahead of me or the same? Oh, hello. What's this? Probably belongs to the
crowbar.
caretaker.
Could
Would
prove
that help?
useful.
Have you got the crowbar? I just found a crowbar. I don't know if that would help you. Okay, put some light on. Oh, okay. So that's not it then.
Greek mythology.
Hecate.
Hecate,
Goddess of the dead.
goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
She loved doing self-portraits, didn't she? Okay, before we go any further, just want to speak to... Ooh, oh, I've just gone past, haven't I? Don't know who that is.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects. Did you hear that?
Okay, that's all you can say. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I am. I only ate last 1 o'clock.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Willard.
It's 7:05.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is your sister?
I'll find out quickly. Oh, good. Bear with me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Oh, hang on. I've got messages and I haven't been answering them. Oh, what the hell, man? I didn't ask for that. I hate my phone so much. Here. Sorry, I'm just messaging my sister quick. And she's not getting my messages. She might be... Be right back. She might be on her way because she's not getting my messages.
Huh?
She might be on her way. She's not getting my messages. Why don't you get off YouTube for a spell? Hmm?
I am starting to really understand the mindset.
Oh, excuse me. I've had
People
dinner.
buy a high-powered weapon and get into a tower in the middle of a busy, crowded area and just open fire. I really understand it.
Yeah, grumpy girls, go pour me some more wine.
People are dicks.
I know. Oh.
This is the last of it.
Aw. Seriously?
Yeah.
Which way is it coming? Great. No, there she got my message.
Nine o'clock, I thought it's locked, and we go to bed.
I don't think it'll be that late, don't worry. I'm asking her now. I'm hungry. What have we got that I can whip up quickly? What have we got that we can whip up quickly? Bangers and mash.
I'm going to leave in a bit. Please specify for me exactly
That's probably in the next few minutes.
What time frame a bit is. Is a bit a second? Is a bit a minute? Is a bit an hour? Is a bit a day? Is a bit a week? A month? A year?
She's just
a
going.
decade?
Yeah, of course. I'll hold you. I can't tell. No, oh, for God's sake. Stop being mean. It'll be quicker. Can't believe it's not on. And really, 11
Really?
p.m.
It's,
It must be
Central
American time. Yeah, chances are it is being released according to good old American time. So for them, it's probably a decent time, like in the afternoon during the day. But it doesn't leave us people over here in GMT plus 0.
When I watch the stream, the Magic guys, they start the stream at 8 o'clock our time, well 9 o'clock now our time, which is 3 p.m. where he is, and he's in California.
Six-hour difference?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's more of a 6-hour difference to California and us.
Well, I watch a stream.
I want to say
he always
it's like...
says for the time. He always goes, "This is Luke Dancy. I'm currently in California. The time now is," and he then reads the time.
I want to say that we're like 9 hours or something.
Right.
Closer than what I thought then. I just thought the Atlantic Ocean was quite far. I've always thought like 6 hours away from us would be like the, I don't know, the East Coast, not West Coast. Well, I could have my geography of America completely wrong there.
I'm gonna bath quickly, okay?
You're gonna bath? Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna bath quickly. Okie dokie. Back to it then. I just came from there. Okay. Excuse me, beg your pardon. What's down here? No, I can't get down this. This is the front room. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not ignoring you. Sorry, did you say something? I couldn't hear you. Sorry. What did you say? What? Oh, come on. Seriously, okay. It's just. Okay, so Bronwyn said if she eats there, she's gonna get you too late, so she'd rather come over now. Mum didn't go straight home after work, so they got home not so long ago, and then Mum's only started dinner now. So.
Well, then she's not getting a £5 for looking after Royale. It's one or the fucking other. I can't afford to fucking do both. Jeez, I'm not fucking made for money.
Locked.
Are these blank or turned around? Oh, what are those? Oh. Loads of scratches all over the place. Oh, whoa. Oh, this isn't creepy at all.
The boys' room.
Well, that's quite inventive, actually. He's made a whole city of books. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Kids have imaginations.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Exactly, you got no sort of technology or anything. You use your imagination. Oh. Don't know how I feel about those drawings. Why are you giving your kids
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Cold. Do you want this blanket? You sure?
Put the head right on so I can't make noise.
More scratches going upstairs. Hello, what's that?
What will her room reveal about her?
Hang on, I'm gonna go and investigate her office first.
This door is locked. This door is locked.
There was a door down here that was locked too, wasn't it? Yes. Oh. Hello. That's like a transmutation circle or something. Some sort of ritual thing happening over here.
The door is blocked on the other side. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Fate brought us together and forever it will bind us.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Bloody hell, she sold them for quite a packet for back then. $230. January to April. Matt, what's Matt? Oh, it could be May.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Frances Sanders. I wonder why.
Sort of a sculptor as well.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Bradley? Is that you?
Okay, I'll go search her bedroom first. Oh! That just gives me some extra points, I guess.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Or not.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated, resorting to such a treatment.
Oh dear. Well, I imagine you got it then if you made something happen. Something's hidden. Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical studies. Do they represent what haunts her nights? Something else is hidden.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Battery's gonna die. Okay. 75 milligrams of Mobarbital sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours is required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 milligrams of phenobarbital up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment. Dr. Thomas Fuller, take to Dark Water General Store.
That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent?
Maybe she had seizures.
Is anyone there?
That's a painting of my character.
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Hang on, I see something there. What does that symbol mean on the bottom right?
I'll cover you.
Message from one light source to another. Okay, well, we'll go with this. This is fine.
This door is blocked from the outside.
So he could have only gone down this way.
This door was closed earlier.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. It looks like an old Seaway map.
Oh, that's an oil level. Okay, I'll use my lighter then, I think.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental
Okay, Bronnan's on
reasons.
the way.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Oh, more oil. Okay. The oil reservoir of your lamp has been refilled. Refills can be found in the levels. Okay, thanks. I want to research. Oh, I kind of wish you didn't have to run and chase that guy, because I kind of wanted to.
Seems like this came from a log.
Monday, 24th May, 1847. 42 north, 70 west, Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. Sunday, 30th May, 1847. 47 north, 55 west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. Tuesday, the 1st of June, 1847. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. Friday, the 4th of June, 1847. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Wednesday, 23rd of June, 1847.
Hello?
We've caught it. The most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It Hello, sweetheart. After Daddy, okay? It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday, the 29th of June, 1847. Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty hold. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The cellar and Hamilton are only memories.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
I know. It's like, surely that would have, like, lighter fluid levels or something.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment.
I'll come back, see if there's another way.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
I don't know. It has to have something to... Okay, hang on. I think it's got something to do with I think it's got something to do with... Oh, but full CP, hang on. I'm gonna go with strength. I think... Where's that diary?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
This log.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Okay, what have we got? Maybe there's something at the back. No, nothing at the back. Okay. So we want the Scylla. Atlantic, Western Ocean.
Doesn't work. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Where did they catch the big fish or the big whale? Caught it. 33 north, 53 west. 33 north, 53 west. 33 north, 53 west. No.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Yeah, 33 west. 53 north, 33 west, 53 north.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Get in! Quickly, get in!
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Oh, hang on though. 33 north, 53 west is highlighted. 33 north, 53 west, 33 north, 53
Looks like the
west.
navigational paths
33
described in the
north,
log.
53 west, so North America, so it's just off the coast of North America, but in line with Europe. Okay. So here's Europe. 33 north. No.
Doesn't work.
Maybe it's dark.
I must have missed something. Doesn't work.
Ha! It was somewhere along there.
Looks like it worked.
Well done, Pierce.
I don't know. Honestly, our games are so different as it is. I have no idea how. It is a little tiny snake. Another trophy. Ka-ching! What link are you sending me? Oh my god, seriously?
How dare you?
I'm just...
What's that? Oh, yeah.
You sent me. Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, had undertaken to search the place. She's here. Is the door open? Is the door open? Okay. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officers set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley entered the tunnel under the mansion. That's alright. I figured it was somewhere. It was probably had something to do with the giant catch that everyone thinks about. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna open the door for my sister. I'll be right back. Oh shit, it's cold out here. Hi honey bunny, how are you? What's your blanket? Yeah.
How are you staying on the madness?
I'm good, thanks.
Pretty much. I was actually hoping to get out of bed, so I was actually quite glad that you said I was going to like,
I
I'm
figured
so
as
irritable
much.
weirdo.
I figured as much.
Look at my new shoes.
Guess what I got?
Wow, those are really nice.
And my other
I haven't
black
made anything
boots
for lunch
are
yet. I'll
on.
make some now because I'm starving.
And look at them.
You look so cute.
And look at this.
Little sluggable spine.
I know, she's quite cute, isn't she? I just thought we'd get her some new stuff today.
Oh, it's
Right,
brand new.
bear with me 1 second, I'm just streaming.
Is this
Call of
Cthulu? Is it good so far?
It is pretty good, yeah. It's a really good investigative style game. First person. I mean, I don't find it very scary, but it's got a good horror theme. Right. Into the madness.
Secret passage. Under the manor. It's like a detective novel.
I just want to see if I've got any
Oh,
points.
he's choose your path and stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, right from like the first level already, my friend who's playing it as well, their game is already different. Completely. From the beginning already.
Oh, wow.
Got no...
That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel.
No, I don't want that one.
Look. Someone's been here recently.
3 seats.
Hang on, darling, hang on.
Hang on, Daddy's racing, baby.
I'm racing at the moment, okay?
Let Daddy just do it quickly because he is got to concentrate, okay? Give Daddy a certain moment, bub. Okay, so let's see here.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
Well, I highly doubt we can assume they look like that.
What is this mask supposed to represent?
What was that even? Yeah, because he's busy in the middle of a race, my baby. You can show Bunty Brum Brum later, okay?
Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house.
I imagine it might actually be. I mean, that is Cthulhu if I ever saw it. In a strange Madonna pose, but anyway. Can't imagine what else there is to interact with. Can't come out of it, so there's something else to interact with.
Ready? Take it down. Fuck you!
Oh, hang on a second.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Sarah Hawkins. Was she hiding from someone? Whoever was sitting here could have seen Sarah Hawkins. Could this be related to her death?
Interesting.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
This is a dead end. Okay. Unless we came from there. Don't fall now. No, it's like a Silent Age Cthulhu would be two. Instead of Cthulhu, it's Cthulhu.
Of course.
There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
What is the time now? Okay, might play a little bit longer.
I ain't gonna
Then I've
squeeze
really
in
gotta
there.
get going 'cause I've got
I'll
work
find
in the
another way.
morning.
If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Off you go then. Oh, okay. This looks very, very similar to the caves that I found myself in the beginning of the game.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Well, I did say he's a god of dreams.
A sad way to go. An old diary.
Edward Pierce in the diary. In this volume there is mention of the beliefs of the lost tribe. They worshipped an entity that spoke to them in their sleep. The whole tribe seemingly disappeared in a mass sacrifice to the glory of their deity.
These paintings must be several centuries old.
Okay, so what have we got? We've got inhabitants. Okay, places. Oh no, those are, that was the occult. These are the inhabitants, places. Clues. No points yet. Okay.
These people lying down. Are they dead? Are they asleep?
Oh dear. Nearly got caught. I don't want to know what you nearly got caught by. CP. I need 2, but it's
Time has weakened these structures. I don't have time to search them all.
what the hell is all this stuff?
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
I wonder if it's flammable.
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
Maybe the whale that they thought they got wasn't a whale. It's an interesting find.
What's going on here?
Piers!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see.
My bad.
I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
My game didn't even say it wasn't real oil, just said oil. Okay, I don't know. That's strange. Where do I go down from here? Oh. Oh, why do you keep pulling like that? Sorry, he keeps pulling out his lantern, and I don't want him to pull out his lantern. I'm not gonna go too close. I don't actually want my light on too much. I don't want to be seen or heard, for that matter. Hey, hun, do you want your juice? Must I open it for you? Oh, okay. Oh, she had a nice nap once she'd been born. Yeah, we got her 2 of these. We thought it was a shame because today we were trying to find her something warm to wear, Yeah, but like shirt-wise, I'm ashamed she's got all her tracksuit tops are way too small for her now. So and we got her some new boots. It's really nice boots. Sometimes. Is that close up for you? Okay, I've got it. Don't worry. There we go. Don't you watch without me? Oh, is it down? It's because it's on streaming, maybe. I'll go make some dinner in a minute and then.
I can't open it.
Okay, let me open it for you. Here we go. Just dress her in that unicorn. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but she's insisting on wanting to go tomorrow trick-or-treating as a fairy. So we do have a fairy, an old Christmas fairy costume. So.
The table for sacrifice?
Baby shark got the end of the wrong stick. Oh, hang on.
I got it.
Ring. Exactly for my ring.
Oh, I can't breathe. What?
Some situation encounters make you panic. Leave the place as best you can.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Calm down. Just breathe. Oh, he's calming.
Is it my turn? Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us. If your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream. A pre-Columbian tribal dagger. Probably destined for scarification rituals. I can't read Latin.
Annotated Bible. Announce my presence. Went down there in the beginning, I'm not gonna go down there again. There's nothing down there.
You who sleep, accept this dream under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulu Fitag.
Grant him your flesh, and
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed, not another one. Let him pass through every part. Bring me more sacred flesh. Sleep. We pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth.
Dead? This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that?
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
Oh my god. Oh, that was intense. I don't know if you can actually be seen in that section or not. Certainly felt like you could. Oh, I think more.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
No.
An intruder! Oh, shit! Don't move! Police! Don't move! I won't hesitate!
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it! Charles, you shouldn't have seen this. Ah!
It's caving in. I need to get out of here.
No idea. Did I make it?
Ah! My leg! Ah.
I think I'm going to like an extreme pain moment in my psychiatrist. Oh, hello. That was somebody. Okay. Some cultists who are dead.
Light! At last.
Well, I might leave it here now because I've got to go and start getting ready for work and the evening and stuff. But I'll pick this up tomorrow night after we come back from trick-or-treating, being Halloween and everything. So I'll go into the next chapter and get it started so it saves and everything. But otherwise, it is now 10 to 8 in the evening and I haven't even made dinner yet. So, yeah. So you are gonna be well ahead of me eventually. So, blah. Pierce and Officer Bradley follow the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself prisoner of a rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute, he is in a critical state. Well, you'll get further ahead of me now, so that's alright though. Oh, I see why you say it might be a bit like Evil Within.
was having a seizure.
He will survive. A strong subject.
Oh, Trippy, he's going crazy.
Saved him, Fuller.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Being the extra patient that cried like that all night, I would absolutely go crazy.
What happened to me? Where am I?
And at that, we will leave it. Okay, so that is Call of Cthulhu, or at least the first full chapters of Call of Cthulhu, released today. Not sure if it was released earlier anywhere else, but so it was released in the European region. What do I think of it? I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it more than I am Outlast, to be fair. It's got a bit of storyline, and I don't know, it feels quite nice to play. It's quite relaxed. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's not that kind of horror game. But it does have nice horror themes, which I enjoy. So we'll leave it like that, and hopefully pick it up tomorrow. I know my schedule is quite erratic, and I just stream whenever I want to. Sometimes I say I will, and then I feel like at the end of the day, I don't feel like it, but hopefully I'll get around to it tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and if you're watching after live, thanks for getting this far. It is now just going on 8, so everyone have a lovely evening, or morning, or wherever you are, what time it is, and I'll see you later. Bye!